the point I wanted to come back to is you said previously that coming out that you knew you weren't prepared for the league. How did you take a step back and humble yourself to a sense like, I know I want to play, but I know right now I'm not ready? How was your mindset going into that?
Yes.
How did you humble yourself?
So, all right, let's be totally upfront and honest. When I came out of college, I thought I was going to get signed to an NFL team because of my personality. I thought that the golf shot, the baseball flip, the pinning them inside the 10, I thought how I acted on Twitter, what I posted on Instagram, I thought that my social media, small celebrity personality was going to get me signed to an NFL team. And then pro day rolls around, and I it wasn't a complete failure. I hit some good balls, but I hit two bad punts going to the right consecutively, and they're like 36-yard punts out of bounds. But still, it's not pro caliber. And then I got to Tampa Bay rookies mini camp, and I had 4 kicks in 3 days. 2 days really. They cut the last day short, so I had 4 kicks in 2 days, and that was my 4 kicks to show that I could do what I needed to do to be an NFL team's punter. But it didn't go amazingly. I hit decent. I turned all my balls over, and I had good location, but I was so busy trying to hit this huge like 50-yard ball, 5 2-second hang that my body wasn't able to do it yet because my form sucked. And so I wasn't as consistent as I needed me to be. And you got to realize, like, yeah, I was decent as a college punter, but I wasn't consistently putting the ball on or outside the numbers, matching my hangs to my distances every time. And that's been the big thing for me. Like my senior year of college, I was so enthralled with trying just to hit this huge, massive 50-yard punt that flew in the air for 5 seconds. And that's really hard to do. And so, like, now it's more or less, let me hit the ball 45 yards with 4.8, 4.9 hang. And if it gets to 5.0, that's a plus. But, like, I know that in NFL, if you can't cover 45 yards in 4.8 seconds, 4.9 seconds, you more than likely probably shouldn't be on that cover unit. And then another big moment for me was last year right before COVID hit. I went to a camp out in Arizona, and it was a little windy that day, and I let the wind get in my mind, and my technique went to absolute hell in a handbasket. It was terrible. I looked like I was a middle schooler trying to kick a ball out there. Like I couldn't get the ball up in the air. It wouldn't spiral. It wasn't me. And coming back from that trip, I was so close in saying, you know what, this ain't for me. Let's hang the cleats up. Let's start coaching. Let's do something else. But then it just kind of took 3 or 4 days sitting back and going out to the field and just hitting a couple balls for what I thought would be the last time I ever hit a ball, to be honest. And I was consistent. And I knew that, from that moment, yeah, I had a bad day. It wasn't a bad career. It wasn't career altering. Just use that lesson to be better. So this whole year, I've spent every single time I go to the field, if the wind, I don't care how bad the wind's blowing, I'm going to hit some balls, But last year, if the wind was blowing 10 miles an hour, let's not hit today. Let's go home instead and stretch and work out and do all that other stuff. But I wasn't getting comfortable in the wind in those type of situations to where, let's say if I go play for the Browns or in Buffalo or in Chicago or in those windy cities in the winter when it's 39, 20 degrees, winds blowing 12, 15 miles an hour, how can I ask my body to perform if I don't train in that type of weather? And so it's stepping back and looking at that saying, if I truly want to do this, if I truly want to be an NFL specialist, if I want to be an NFL punter, I have to be comfortable in the uncomfortable situations. I have to go out there and make my body be able to perform when the wind's blowing 16, 17, 18 miles an hour and it's 32 degrees outside and the ball feels like a rock coming off your foot. And you have to understand that whenever you hit that ball, if it doesn't go 50 yards in the air, that's fine. It's freezing. The ball's not going to fly as far. Not every rep's going to be perfect, but your location has to bail you out. You better be pretty close to the sidelines or else Cordell Patterson's going to house that thing on you and you're going to be on whatnot or SEC, like not top 10, And so it's just kind of understanding what being a true professional is. And Tristan, you're in this mastery class with me, or our motivational class, when Dr. Fisher talked about the pursuit of mastery. And it's like, for me, it took 2 years after I had that class to really understand what it means to be in the pursuit of mastery. Like, I'm never going to be perfect in punting. The ball can always be 1 yard farther and can hang in the air for half a second longer. But as long as I keep pushing the envelope and getting to where it's a 45.49. Okay, well, now let's see if I can do like a 46.50 consistently, then a 47.451 consistently. If I can keep pushing the envelope and pushing my body's limits to what it can do, then there's no set goal for me to reach. It's just keep chipping and setting the bar higher and higher. Kind of like how Frost told us, as long as we keep raising that bar day by day, there's nothing that we can't do as a program or as an individual. And that's kind of when I became obsessed with the grind, so to say. Like, now I love waking up 6 a.m., going to work, coming home, eating lunch, working out, and kicking. Like, that's my daily habit, and I love it. I love this grind so much, and I'm so glad that I did not let this little mental midget inside my mind talk me out of pursuing my childhood dream of being an NFL specialist.